Hello and welcome back. So in the last episode, we were discussing on 3D transformations. Today's episode topic is 3D viewing. So let's see what is 3D viewing. 3D viewing, we can view an object from any spatial position. That is, in front of an object, behind the object, in the middle of a group of objects, and also inside an object. So we can choose any spatial position in 3D viewing. So 3D descriptions of objects must be projected onto the flat viewing surface of the output device. So here we specify a view volume in the world, a projection onto a projection plane, and a viewport on the view surface. These three things are we specifying in 3D viewing. Now let's see what is a viewing pipeline. The term viewing pipeline describes a series of transformations which are passed by geometry data to end up as image data being displayed on a device. The viewing pipeline in 3 dimensions is almost the same as 2D viewing pipeline, only after the definition of the viewing direction and orientation, that is of the camera, an additional projection step is done, which is reduction of the 3D data onto a projection plane. So we can view the 3D object as a 2D point of view. So this is the figure which shows modeling transformation, viewing transformation, projection transformation, normalization transformation and clipping, then viewport transformation. So here we have NCS modeling coordinates, WCS world coordinates, VCS viewing coordinates, PCS projection coordinates, NCS normalized coordinates, and DCS device coordinates. Now, how can we specify the viewing coordinates? So, viewing coordinate system is specified as UVW as a coordinate homogeneous coordinate system that describes 3D objects with respect to a viewer. Here, a viewing plane or projection plane is set up perpendicular to W and aligned with U, V. To set a view plane, we have to specify a view plane normal vector capital N and a view up vector up, both in world coordinates. How to form viewing coordinates? This is how we form a viewing coordinates, that is W is equal to the normal vector divided by the absolute value of the normal vector, which is U is equal to up into N by absolute value of up into N, which we write it as V is equal to W into U. So this is how it shows VUW coordinates and the normal of the vector on the viewing plane. Yeah, next topic is projections. So projection from 3D to 2D is defined by straight projection rays, that means projectors, emanating from the center of projection, passing through each point of the object and intersecting the projection plane to form a projection. So this is how it looks like. So this is the center of projection. Here is the projectors, then the projection plane is here. Okay. So, projections transform a point in a coordinate system of dimension n into a points in coordinate system of dimension less than n. So, this class of projection is called planar geometric projection because the projection is made onto a plane rather than some curved surface. So, this category is divided, this planar geometric projection is divided into parallel projection and perspective projection. Okay, so here we can see that the center of projection is known as the point from which the projection is taken. Okay, it can be either a light source or eye position. Then projection plane is there, the plane on which the projection of the object is formed. Okay, so there are two classes are made on the basis of relation of center of projection to the projection plane. See, suppose if the distance is finite, it is perspective projection, and if the distance is infinite, that it doesn't touch each other and it is infinite, we say that the projection is parallel. Okay, so we have types of projection, that is parallel and perspective. Parallel projections are divided into orthographic and oblique. Orthographic is divided into top, plan, front elevation, side elevation, and axonometric. Axonometric is divided into isometric and other. And oblique is divided into cabinet, cavalier, and other. Perspective is divided into 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and oblique. So first, let's see what is perspective projection. So perspective projection is more realistic. The visual effect is similar to that of a photographic system or human visual system. So the first feature which we are discussing in perspective projection is perspective foreshortening. So here the size of the projection of an object varies inversely with the distance from the center of projection. So the size of the projection of an object is inversely proportional to the distance from the center of projection. So it is not suitable for recording exact shape and measurements of objects. So here in perspective foreshortening, we have some features, that is parallel lines do not project as parallel. Here the parallel lines are not shown as parallel. Then angles are not preserved except for faces parallel to projection plane. Then distances are also not preserved. Then the next feature that we are going to discuss on perspective projections are vanishing point. So vanishing point means any parallel lines not parallel to the projection plane converge at a vanishing point. Okay, there we'll be having a point where we cannot see the lines properly. That is known as the vanishing point. So there are infinite number of vanishing points, one for each of the infinite amount of direction line can be oriented. So if a set of lines are parallel to one of the three principal axes, the vanishing point is called an axis vanishing point. So we'll be having at most 3 such points, right, corresponding to the number of axes cut by the projection plane. We have X, Y, Z planes, right? Now we have the categories of perspective projection. So it is based on the number of axes the projection plane cuts, or by the number of principal vanishing point. We have 1 point perspective projection. Here the projection plane cuts only one axis. 2 point perspective projection. Here the projection plane cuts 2 principal axes and it is used in architectural engineering and industrial design. Then we have 3 point perspective projection. Here the projection plane cuts all the 3 principal axes and they are used less frequently actually. Let's see each one of the figures. So this is 1 point perspective projection. We have only one vanishing point, that is at the Z axis. Okay. Then we have 2 point perspective projection. See, we have 2 vanishing points, VP1 and VP2. One at the X axis and other at the Y axis. Then we have 3 point perspective projection where we have 3 vanishing points. Okay, is that clear? Now we'll move on to the next category, that is parallel projection. They are less realistic since perspective foreshortening is lacking here. Okay, so the projection can be used for exact measurements and parallel lines do remain parallel. Okay, but angles are preserved only on the faces of the object parallel to the projection line. Okay, projection plane. So here it is how the figure it looks like in parallel projection. See, the projection planes are parallel and we have the center of projection as infinity. Okay, there is no vanishing points there. So the parallel projections are categorized to depend on the relation between the direction of projection and the normal to the projection plane. So here there are 2 basic categories, that is orthographic parallel projection and oblique projection. Let's see what is orthographic parallel projection. So here the direction of projection and normal to the projection plane are the same. And common types of orthographic projections are, we already said, that is front elevation, top elevation, plan and side elevation. So these, from the name itself, it's just very clear that they are used in engineering drawings. And here the projection plane is perpendicular to the principal axis. Let's see the figure. This is orthographic parallel projection. See, we can see the front view, side view and the top view as elevations in the form of engineering drawings, right? Then we have axonometric projection. It overcomes the limitation of orthographic projection, which is unable to illustrate 3D shape of an object. So here the projection plane is not normal to the axis and therefore shows several faces of an object at once. Okay. See, this is the types of axonometric projections which are available. Before coming into that, here the parallelism of lines is preserved. In axonometric projection, parallelism of the lines is preserved. The distances can be measured along each axis and the angles are not preserved. Foreshortening is uniform rather than related to the distance from center of projection. So the first form of axonometric projection is isometric projection, where all the three angles are equal here. Okay, it is the most common axonometric projection, that is isometric projection. Here the projection plane normal makes equal angles with the principal axis. It also has the property that all the three principal axes are equally foreshortened. That means from the name itself we know iso means equal and metric means measure. So we have equal measurement. Okay. Then we have diametric projection. Here the projection plane normal makes equal angles with two of the three principal. Only two angles will be equal here. Only it makes equal angles with two of the three principal axes. Then we have trimetric projections. Here the projection plane normal makes unequal angles with each of the principal angles. Okay. Each of the principal angles will be having unequal angles. This is known as trimetric projection. Then we have parallel projection. We have the next category, that is oblique projection. That is the projection plane normal differs from the direction of projection. So here it combines the properties of orthographic and axonometric projection. There are some features based on oblique projection. The first feature is that the projection of the face parallel to the plane allows measurement of angles and also the distance. Other faces can measure distance but not angles. Now, frequently used in textbooks as it is easy to draw. So, when we draw a textbook drawing, that is used, we use oblique projections for textbook drawings. Then, oblique projections are divided into two categories, that is cavalier projection and cabinet projection. In cavalier projection, we can say that the direction of projection makes 45-degree angle with the projection plane. Okay, this is cavalier projection. It makes 45-degree angle with the projection plane. And in cabinet, the direction of projection makes 63.4 degrees angle with the projection plane. But actually, cabinet projections are more realistic than cavalier projections. This is all about projections, and we have come to an end of our unit 3. I hope you all understood today's episode, and thank you so much.